Hi everyone, it's Belle and welcome back to my channel, Belle of the Ball. So as always, I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe. Okay, all right, so in this video, I'm gonna just go right into it and we'll talk about what is self-confidence and what does a truly authentic, self-confident person look like? What do they look like, okay? All right, so this is how I used to see confidence growing up. I always thought that the person that was the loudest and the most extroverted person was the confident person. The person that was an extrovert, if you are extroverted, it automatically means that you are confident. I used to think that. I honestly thought that the person that was brave and was like, let me speak out and, let me get all the attention. Hey, this is me. Here I am. Da da da. I always thought that that was the definition of confidence because I was always shy and I didn't always speak up. So I just was like, well, I'm not that confident. So confidence has to be the complete opposite, which is somebody that is, they talk more, they talk a lot, they are out there, they say that they're confident and they are extroverted. And you want to know that in these past few years, in my own growth and learning how to grow in my own self-confidence, I've learned that confidence is like not even close to that. That whole I'm loud and I'm confident and I'm extroverted and I'm attention seeking. It's like, that's not even what being confident is about. And it's crazy because it blew my mind because I really thought that if you were extroverted, then you had confidence or some form of confidence. And so I've learned for my own self what confidence truly looks like. So the basis of this whole video is going to be based on this quote. And I'm sure most of us are familiar, but they say that insecurities are loud and proud, or insecurities are loud and self-confidence is quiet. Don't really say much. Okay, and it's not necessarily that if you're introverted, you're confident. I feel like a confident person is in between, maybe introversion and extroversion. They kind of embody both in a beautiful mix, in a beautiful kind of a way. So yeah, I'm just gonna go over what a confident person looks like, at least in my opinion. And honestly, a lot of these things that I found for myself, when I look at, like, I've Googled it for myself and I'm like, what does a confident person look like? And when I look at like the traits and things I've even found on Google and in psychology, like articles, they mirror back what I think was also confidence. So even in a psychological way, you can look up these things and realize that they do go back to being self-confident. But before I go into the traits, this is what it is. One second. Okay, get my music flowing. What was I about to say? Okay, so self-confidence is something that most of us are not born confident. If you're born with confidence, great, perfect, but most people are not. I certainly wasn't. And so it's something that has to be nurtured and developed over time, right? And if you come from an environment where you were constantly given positive affirmation, then told that you were good enough and you were amazing, that is a great breeding ground for becoming a confident person. But a lot of us probably just grew up super insecure, and so you have to learn confidence, right? So, and once you become a confident person, you can lose confidence. Confidence is not something that, oh, I'm confident and that's it. You have to maintain it. You have to challenge yourself. You have to step outside of your comfort zone. You have to be open-minded. These are some of the signs of a confident person. You own who you are. You own your bad side, your good side, how you relate to other people, all of it. Okay, so just because you're confident doesn't mean that that's it. It needs to be nurtured. It's like growing a garden. If you stop giving it water and stop, exposing it to sunlight and giving it plant food, it's gonna die. So Just because you have confidence and you have that self-love, you still have to maintain it, right? It's not gonna happen forever. You have to do things to maintain your confidence, and your confidence will be tested at times. You may be confident in more areas than you are in other areas, right? So maybe you're confident when it comes to being like a public speaker and talking in front of people. I kind of struggle with that, so I'm not gonna, right? That's something that I still struggle with. But maybe when it comes to doing, I don't know, adventurous things, you're not that confident, you know? So sometimes your confidence is higher in some areas than others. All right, so that's it. So we're just gonna jump right into the traits and some signs of somebody that is a confident person, right? So the number one thing is, yes, being quiet. Confident people don't usually talk a lot or have to say that they are quiet. I mean that they are confident. They usually know how to carry a conversation. They can relate to people. They are charismatic. They don't do too much. They'll speak, but they're not gonna go out of their way just to talk, to be seen. And human communication, we communicate 70%, how would I say it? 70% of human communication is nonverbal, meaning it's not what you are saying, it's what you're not saying. It's in your body language, it's in your posture, it's the way you move, right? So we are reading each other whether we are speaking or not, right? So when you see somebody that's confident, sometimes you can just look at them and tell. They don't even have to say, they don't say nothing. You just look at them and you're like, you get the vibe. So confidence is like you exude that vibe, that energy of like, you just give off that aura of confidence, you know, you give it off, right? And you don't have to say it. People can sense it, they can tell because you're firm in who you are, all right? So that is the number one sign of being self-confident, is being quiet about it. And also it's just an energy that you give off and people can sense it, okay? So they have self-respect and self-worth, and they also have respect for other people. It's like, I'm gonna respect you, you gotta give me that respect in return. But respect is also something that's earned and not just given, but just based off of just being a decent human being, I'll give you that respect, you know? But they have a lot of self-respect, which means that they have boundaries and you can't play with them and you can't take advantage of them because they are assertive. Okay, confidence is also being assertive, not aggressive and pow, like I'm gonna curse you out, all of that. It's like, no, it's a no. They know how to say no and know how to be communicative, effective communicators as well, which is something that sometimes I struggle with, I won't lie, standing my ground and saying exactly what it is. For the most part, I will and I can, but in some situations, I'm a bit more passive about it, which is something that I know that I need to work on. But the more honest you can be and working on telling it like it is, you know, being assertive, respecting people's feelings and honoring them, but also saying what it is, like, hey, no, I can't help you with that, sorry, and keep it moving. Be honest. They're unapologetic about who they are. Another sign of being self-confident is that you push beyond your limits and you step out of your comfort zone. Because if you stay in your comfort zone, you're not really growing. You're just going to be the same stagnant person. So definitely the people who challenge themselves are some very self-confident people. Okay? They are empathic and open-minded. Empathy is just basically being able to relate to people based off of your own experiences, or you can feel somebody else's energy and their vibe, and you basically just can feel it for yourself. Because also being confident is being vulnerable and opening up to people and not being standoffish, and you can feel people's emotions because you've opened up your own self. Okay, you can feel other people's vibrations, but still having the boundaries not to let it consume you, but to allow yourself to relate and open up to people. And if you're confident, you're open to self-improvement, usually have a strong moral compass. You have morals, you know what's right, you know what's wrong, and you honor that, right? And you honor your values and morals and the things that mean so much to you. So yeah, and they have healthy relationships with others. If you're caught up in drama and you always in some gossip and rumors and cursing out people and being dramatic and all that extra stuff, no, not confidence. Confident people are not caught up in no drama. Okay, not all the time. Unless it's like people are talking about them, but they're not out here starting drama and starting fights and just being ridiculous. Because that's like, I want attention. That's attention seeking, and that is not confidence. Too much attention seeking, okay? We are humans and we do need validation, right? We get validation from ourselves. We also get validation from other people. But there's a limit. If you need too much validation from others, okay, it's getting that feedback and constructive criticism, but not relying on people's validation, right? You mainly rely on that because you have a healthy ecosystem of, you know what you value, what's important to you, and so your values of and how you feel about yourself matters a lot more, right? So having that balance, and yeah, unapologetic. They are who they are. They don't apologize for being who they are, you know, and I am me, and it is what it is. And while I am open to growing and improving, I'm not going to change who I am to benefit other people. Sorry. All right, guys, so that's pretty much the end of the video. Ooh, sorry. I just wanted to go over some of the signs and traits of a self-confident person, what I used to think confidence used to look like, and now I'm realizing that it's really not what we're taught in the media. And I think that's a part of the problem. It's what we've been taught and what we see on TV, but reality is usually different from, what we see on TV and in the media. And developing your self-confidence takes some time. It takes doing things you love, also doing things that are a challenge to you, and constantly just feeding and nurturing yourself and being open-minded. All right. So if you guys have anything else that you want to add, go ahead and put it in the comment section. Let me know if you have any feedback. Like, comment, share. Ooh, sorry. And subscribe to the channel. And in the next video, I will go over basically the opposite. What is not a self-confident person? Okay. All right, guys. So that's it for the video. I will see y'all later. Stay safe and be blessed. Bye, guys.